Hey, yo, welcome back. This is not a podcast. It's just my thoughts with Rob Markman. Let's get into it today. I left y'all yesterday. I got really busy yesterday. Today's Tuesday. Let's get into it today. Let's not waste any time. Kendrick Lamar and SZA, they're on the GNX tour. I'm absolutely going when they hit the New York area. It's going to be in MetLife Stadium. That's in New Jersey. I'm absolutely going. I can't wait. If you see me out there, come say what up, man. I want to just meet y'all in person, man. Break bread, shake hands, salute y'all in person. We're going to have a good time. All the footage that I see on socials look crazy. All the people that I know that have went already said the show was crazy. Just looks lit. Stadiums look full. You know what I'm saying? Like, look full to the brim, man. I don't think they have any problem selling tickets with this one. And people look like they're genuinely having a really, really great time. The impact of it all can't be understated, right? And that's what today's video is about. On Monday, Billboard published their charts, right? It publishes every Monday. And SZA's SOS album is back at number one. That's why I'm wearing, I got this on the SOS tour when they came to Barclays. I bought this from the merch booth. So SZA's SOS album is back at number one on the Billboard 200 on the album charts. It was number 3 last week, and then it leapfrogged and landed at number 1 with 52,000 equivalent album units earned, right? Like, and we know what that is. That's streaming plus physical sales and digital downloads, and you know there's a bunch of things that count towards an album sale. So 52,000 equivalent units earned. All right, so for SOS, that marks that it's his 13th week at number 1, non-consecutive, but cumulatively it's spent 13 weeks at number 1. Mind you, the album was released in December 2022, so it spent 10 weeks at number 1 when it was released, and then when SZA, she added the extra tracks for the Lana edition of the album at the top of the year, she spent 2 more weeks at number 1. So that's 12. And then this week, making this the 13th week. So SOS now has the most weeks on top of the chart for an R&B/hip hop album by a woman. All right. And an R&B album by a woman since Whitney Houston. Whitney Houston spent 14 weeks at number 1 when she did it in 1986. I think the Bodyguard soundtrack also spent like 20 weeks at number 1, but that wasn't, it was the soundtrack. Whitney had like maybe 6 or 7 songs on there. It wasn't a full album by Whitney Houston. So technically, since 1986, we haven't seen this run. It was Whitney Houston spent 14 weeks at number 1. Which, I mean, come on, man. Rest in peace to Whitney Houston. Of course, streaming didn't exist then. Like, we have to be real. And so the rules were different, right? Like, you actually had to go out there and buy albums, and you know, now we streaming from the comfort of our own homes. But impressive feat. The rules are the rules, and these are the rules now. So 13 weeks at number 1. All versions of the album are combined when tallied and counted towards SOS. So whether you go on Spotify and you listen to Lana, it's still, when it's tallied, it still goes towards SOS. It's a version of the SOS album. The other thing, look, there were no new albums this week, no new debuts in the top 10. So all the albums in the top 10 chart of the Billboard 200 are albums that have been out. But you got to credit SZA and SZA fans for carrying the album back to the top. And it has to be the tour. That's what's happening, right? There's no video out. It's the tour. And even Luther, like, technically, and we're going to talk about Luther in a second, and Luther's reign at number 1, but Luther is on GNX. So even the strength of Luther is not carrying SOS because it's not on the album. So it's this tour. It's the performance. It's the excitement of it all. Now, number 2 on the chart, Kendrick Lamar, GNX, which earned 51,000 equivalent units this week. So that means only 1,000 equivalent units separated them. So number 1 and number 2, SZA, Kendrick, and it could have went either way. Again, it speaks to the power of this tour is what I opened about. I'm excited about this tour. I think fans are excited about this tour and seeing how the stadium tour too. So that's a lot of people every night. So you just imagine, yo, I'm going to the show tomorrow. Yo, let's listen to the album on the way over. That might be like 50,000 people. Yo, let's listen to the album on the way over. Let's listen to the album on the way back. You know, a couple of days before when you planning out your outfit. Then the pardon the pun, the euphoria from after the show. You come home after the show. Oh man, I'm still listening to this album. I'm still listening to this music. And you're capturing about 50,000 people in each city, and just this snowball effect of people not that anybody stopped listening to GNX, not that people necessarily stop listening to SOS, but this new energy that comes with the excitement around this tour that just snowballs. So it'll be interesting to watch this as the tour goes on, city to city, how these albums continue to impact the charts. Again, this was a week where there was no debut, so it wasn't like a strong week for new music. Again, the reason why a lot of albums chart, a lot of times you'll see albums come in and go number one. That Ken Carson went number one in his debut week, and then is not number one anymore. It's something new. It's something new to listen to. It's yo, I gotta get this. Yo, I gotta get the vinyl. I gotta do the digital download. I gotta support. I'm a fan. I want to support this. But to have that elongated run is something different. It's the tour effect, though, man. We're seeing the tour effect, which is amazing. Just go down the chart real quick. Morgan Wallen is at number 3 with his One Thing at a Time album. Sabrina Carpenter is at number 4. Drake and P&D are at number 5. Bad Bunny is at number 6. Playboi Carti is at number 7. Lady Gaga is at number 8. Morgan Wallen is at number 9 again with a different album. Dangerous is his double album. And then for the first time, Doechie's Alligator Bites Never Heal enters the top 10. So, now we're also seeing the rise of Doechii, which is dope. She continues to grow as an artist. Her, Anxiety single, which is taking off now, which wasn't a part of Alligator Bites Never Heal, but had coming out, that record existed before that. That was added on the streaming and digital versions of the album as a bonus track. So I think that helps the album grow. And then there was some new vinyl editions to purchase at Target and Urban Outfitters, and there's a CD that's more widely available. So that helps the album grow. So they're making all the smart moves. And then just Doechii, just the rising star Doechii is every time you turn around, like Doechii is doing something new, gaining new fans every week. And the label is smart. They're supplying the demands. Yo, okay, yeah, let's put out these vinyls. Let's put out these CDs. Like, people are loving her. Well, let's give them something to support. So it's good business. So it's dope to see Doechii in the top 10. Now I want to get to the singles chart. The Billboard Hot 100. Kendrick Lamar and SZA, Luther is number 1. Again, that's 10 consecutive weeks at the top. You know what I'm saying? And again, this is on GNX. So it's just so funny. SZA's at the top. She got the number 1 single and the number 1 album. The number 1 single with Kendrick and the number 1 album. And it's connected to 2 different projects. But the tour is the nucleus around all of this. So you just see how the energy from the tour, I think, and the support at radio for Luther is strong, and streaming and all of that. Gaga and Bruno Mars are at number 2. Alex Warren's at number 3. Drake is at number 4 on the Hot 100 with Nokia. So he's number 4 on the singles chart with Nokia. And I've said this before. People got mad at me. I think it peaked at number 2, I believe, Nokia. And number 4 ain't bad. The staying power that Nokia has on the chart is something to be celebrated. That's a hit record. It's called a hit record, man. You only have one number 1, and right now it's just, you just got to give it up. It's Kendrick's time. But, I think this is good for Drake. Drake proved that, I think when people was like, well, what is he going to do next? Dude came with a hit. And it's on the chart, man. So shout out to him. Shabuzi is still at number 5. That boss song ain't going nowhere. Chaperone with the Pink Pony is at number 6. Morgan Wallen is at number 7. Morgan Wallen and Post Malone are at number 8 together for their collaboration. Teddy Swims is at number 9. And Benson Boone is at number 10. People be hating on Benson Boone, man. I fuck with his performance. I like when he do the little backflip off the piano, man. I'm here for the showmanship, man. So shout out to Benson Boone. But back to the hip hop portion of all of this, right? For me, there's no other way to put it, man. Of course, Kendrick is having a moment. TDE is having a moment. Just the whole energy coming out of there. It's dope to watch. Because if you remember when Kendrick decided that he wasn't going to renew his contract with TDE and he was going to go off and head up PG Lang with him and Dave Free and do his own thing, a lot of people questioned the future of TDE. A lot of people questioned what the label was going to do. And if they could survive without their biggest artists, without their flagship artists. Well, they've been able to do that. What they've been able to do with SZA is amazing. What they've been able to do, building a new star with Doechii, has been fun to watch. Q put out one of the better albums last year, like Blue Lips. I know it wasn't like this commercial smash hit, but you ask anybody that listen to rap, you know, a lot of people have Blue Lips in they top 5 albums, top 10 albums, definitely. So Q is still doing his thing. This new Ray Vaughn album, and I promise I'm gonna make a video on it. This new Ray Vaughn album is dope. I'm just gathering my thoughts and collecting my thoughts on it. But we're gonna talk about Ray Vaughn. And then Dot ain't too far gone. Different label, but obviously still fam. You know what I'm saying? He's having his moment and goes on his tour. And who do you take out on tour? You take SZA with you and co-headline with SZA, and that's how you fill a stadium. You know what I'm saying? And they're doing it with fam. So shout out to Punch, the president of TDE. I'm just gonna read his tweet, man. He said, "Man, we on a stadium run. It's only a handful of artists can say that. SOS is back #1 and will be a diamond album soon. Dot and SZA been having the #1 song in Luther for 10 weeks. GNX is a classic culturally and commercially. Doechie's project did 11K first week. It's over 500K now, LOL. And it all started from an add-on studio in the back on the house in Carson. Extremely proud of the family, TDE, PG Lang, respect the art form, you know, which is, you know, room full of mirrors. That's the thing that Punch has been building as well. Shout out to Daylight. He just dropped a new joint called Backpack this week as well. Listen, as a hip hop fan, first of all, SOS, he's saying SOS will be diamond soon. I don't know what the exact tally is, but I believe it. I thought last I checked it was like at 7 million. Again, when Kendrick left, he was the label's biggest artist, the flagship artist. Dog, SZA ain't no joke. 10 million sold on a single album will be the biggest TDE album. Will be a SZA album. I think it is already. Like I said, last I checked, she was at 7 million, and I could be wrong. There's no other TDE album that is 7 million. SZA has the highest selling album. SOS is the highest selling album on TDE right now. So, you know, going back to those questions, well, what do they do without Dot? Well, dog, you got SZA. You know what I'm saying? You know, Diamond album, on its way to Diamond ain't no joke. So, listen, I'm just saying this. This shit is dope to see, to me. I know a lot of people are taking sides. I know for a lot of people, not all of us, but for a lot of people, it's either this side or you on that side. And you can't appreciate nothing that side does if you're on this side and the lines is drawn. I'm saying this. How do you see this as a hip hop fan and not be inspired by this run? This is, and this might be a whole other separate video that I do, because I have some thoughts around this as well. But we look so fondly, we look back and say, damn, man, that, you know, there's not, you could barely find a hip hop fan out here, no matter whose side you was on back in the 90s, who would be like, damn, man, who would shit on that Death Row run. We look, man, that Death Row run was special. Yo, that Bad Boy run was special. Yo, Rockefeller, that Rockefeller run, that might be my favorite run in all the hip hop and all the music. That Rockefeller run was special. Yo, Cash Money, when they came in, the Hot Boys and Juvie, and then they passed it off to Wayne, that Cash Money run was special. And then when Young Money launched and it Carter 3, and so then we start to see a couple years later Drake and Nicki and the Young Money album, like, these are special runs, man. These are No Limit. You know what I'm saying? These are special moments in hip hop, and TD is having a moment right now, along with PG Lang. Like, just that whole family, what they've been able to do. And I don't know. I could be wrong. I don't know if we've seen this before, where technically the business is split. Kendrick is technically PG Lang. He's not TDE anymore, and he launched his own thing, but the family is still intact. You know, at least for this moment. I mean, I guess you could say like you know, Kanye does good music, but you know, Rockefeller was out by the time Good Music. I'm just trying to see when somebody kind of, it's probably happened before, and maybe I'm just falling short, but this just feels different. And regardless of it, if it's been done before, my point is this feels like a moment. This feels like 20 years. I don't care what you're saying now. I don't care if you're not fucking with it now. 20 years from now, it's going to be like unanimous. You're going to look back on it and you be like, damn, that's a hell of a fucking run. That's all I'm saying. It's like I'm just enjoying it now. I'm in awe of it now. I'm inspired by it now. But those are just my thoughts. Let me know what you think in the comments. As usual, I'll be right back there with you talking that talk. All right. To the next one. Peace.